Hi, this video is going to cover unit rates. The learning goals for this video are to understand what a unit rate is, to be able to create unit rates from given information, and to use unit rates to solve problems regarding proportionality. So this is an example of a unit rate that you would see if you are in Ontario. Here is 50 kilometers per hour. We're going to look at other real-life examples, but first, a unit rate is a comparison of one quantity for every 1 unit of a second quantity. So again, a real-life example would be a value such as 50 kilometers per hour. Over here, that's a gas price, and in Canada, gas prices are written as cents per liter. And also here is an example of a wage. Right? In this case, it's $14 per hour. And well, that should be they're lobbying for increased minimum wage. But anyway, we notice here that every single unit at the end here, we notice that there's only one of them, right? It's kilometers per hour, or cents per liter, or dollars per hour for every 1 hour or 1 liter. Okay, so the comparison is one quantity for every 1 unit of a second quantity. So we're going to learn to create unit rates, okay, provided you have information. So for example, TTC, let's say, for those who don't live in Toronto, that's the public transit system. TTC student tickets cost $9.25 for 5 tickets. So we can express this information using 2 unit rates. For instance, we can do dollars per ticket. So if we wanted to do dollars per ticket, well, we would write dollars, okay, and we would divide it using tickets. Okay, now I'm purposely writing the units here because when we divide, we would do 925. Let's do 925 divided by 5. We get 1.85. And if we notice that the units, it's dollars per ticket, right? So we can write dollars per ticket. Okay. Now, who's to say that we can't divide it the other way, right? So we could very easily do 5 tickets on the top and put $9.25 on the bottom. Well, if we divide 5 with 9.25, we get, oh, this crazy number, 0.54, let's say. Okay. So 0.54. Okay, but what does that mean? That's tickets per dollar. Right? And I can read that exactly off of the calculations that I wrote before. Okay, so there's 2 unit rates. Okay, they have meaning. They're a little bit different, and the best way to understand what the meaning is by keeping the units. Let's do a second example. In 5 hours of driving, Jason travels 200 kilometers. So we can express this information using 2 unit rates. So again, we're used to kilometers per hour, let's say. So that's the obvious rate here. 200 kilometers for every 5 hours. Well, if we divide 200 with 5, we get 40. And then the units are already displayed here. It's kilometers per hour. But let's say we go the other way, right? Let's say we put 5 hours on the top and 200 kilometers here. Right? Nothing wrong with that. Let's do 5 divided by 200. We get 0.025. And what does that mean? That's hours per kilometer. Right? So that's how long it takes for every 1 kilometer you travel. So different unit rates, okay, but they all provide meaning, and it all just depends on maybe what you want to find out. Right? This provides a speed. This might be a unit of time, right? How much time you need to travel 1 kilometer. All right. A useful purpose of unit rates is to make comparisons. So here's an example of some KFC deals that I found online. So which of the buckets below has a lower cost per piece of chicken? So 14 pieces of chicken cost $22.99, or 18 pieces of chicken cost $28.99. So I want to know how many dollars it is per piece of chicken. So that means that I actually want to do $22.99 divided by 14. Right? So here, let's do $22.99 divided by 14. Let's put pieces, right? Okay. So the units here will be dollars per piece, and that's exactly what I want. So let's do $22.99 divided by 14, and that's $1.64 roughly. Okay, so that's $1.64 per piece. Let's look at the second one. So that's $28.99. We're going to divide that by 18 pieces, and let's figure out what that'll be. So $28.99 divided by 18. So that's 1.61, right? 1.61. Oh, this should be pieces. So that's $1.61 per piece. All right. So the question is asking which one has a lower cost per piece. Well, this bucket does, right? So we can say 18 pieces of chicken, okay, has a lower cost. So let's take a look at some success criteria. So you'll be successful if you can create unit rates using division and state the units of the rate to provide meaning. It's very important that you state units. That way you understand what that number means. We can use unit rates to make comparisons between various purchasing options, and also you can solve problems using unit rates. All right, let's try a question out. So here's a multiple choice question. The chart below shows the mass and the cost for different brands of cookies. So which brand costs the least per gram? So why don't you give this question a try? Pause the video while you do so, and when you want to check your answer, just press play. Okay, good luck. All right, we're going to find out the cost per gram. So that means you need to do cost divided by grams. All right, so let's say for brand number 1, right, you're going to do $1.99 divided by 200 grams. Okay, so we can figure out what that is. $1.99 divided by 200 grams. You get 0.00995, and that's dollars per gram. Right? You would do that for number 2 as well. So $2.29 divided by 250 grams. Right? So 229 divided by 250 grams. So that's 0.00916. All right, we would look at number 3 now. So 289 divided by 300 grams. Divided by 300 grams, you would get 0.00963. And then finally, for number 4, we would do $4.29 divided by 450 grams. Oops. So 429 divided by 450, we get 0.009, what was that? 53. And that's dollars per gram. So we find out which one's the smallest one. That looks like number 2. So B would be the correct answer. All right. So it's important to use the units to provide meaning, because this question is quite a bit trickier than what you would normally think. They put the grams at first and then dollars next. So they're kind of banking on you dividing grams per dollar. So that's the trick, but you are smarter than that. All right. The second question. So DJ Awesome typically charges $500 for a 4-hour event. How much does DJ Awesome charge for an 11-hour event if he maintains the same rate? So why don't you give this question a try? You might want to use a unit rate. It's up to you. You could solve it using a proportion. So anyway, choose any way you want. Try the question out, pause the video, and press play when you're ready to check. Okay, so because this video is about unit rates, we can use this, try this question out with a unit rate. So we want to know how much he charges per hour, right? So DJ Awesome charges $500 for 4 hours. So if we divide 500 with 4, okay, we get 125. So that's $125 per hour. Now, if DJ's Awesome's working for 11 hours, right? Well, we know how much he charges for 1 hour, right? So we can just do $125 times 11 hours, right? And we would get 125 times 11 be $1,375. Right? So DJ Awesome, right? DJ Awesome, great name. DJ Awesome charges, right, $1,375 for 11 hours. All right. So just to sum things up, you can use unit rates, okay, instead of proportions to solve proportional reasoning problems. Okay, you can just like what we did just that last question there. You can use unit rates to make comparisons, like we did with the KFC chicken. And writing units is so important, okay, because it provides the unit rate with meaning. So please don't skimp out on writing the units. All right, so hopefully you understand unit rates and how to use them practically to solve problems. So thanks for watching the video, and best of luck.